All right, so this is a script that I wanted to record for you guys, just so you understand my mindset, understand my mentality, understand how you're supposed to go to the script. Okay, so the script was broken down to a couple of parts. Okay, right here is the introduction of the script. Right here is the qualification of the script. Okay. Right here is the finances of the script. Right here is the pitch. Right here is the close. Okay, so it's kind of like a story. Okay, so let's start here. First thing is hi, who you are, the fact that you're interested in buying a house, and you want to know if it's still for sale. Okay. Then you're going to transition to, okay, Greg, I'm sorry, what was your name? So you get their contact information, okay? Then I have you set it up. I like to call it the agenda. You let them know, like, hey, I'll call you, ask you some questions. You can ask me some questions. Anytime during this conversation, film out a solution for you, you can just tell me no right then. Does that sound fair? So what I'm doing is I'm asking for permission to ask them questions. So when I start asking them questions, it's not weird or odd, okay? First question I want to know is, okay, what is the asking price for the house? I need that information that's guaranteed, okay? Then I want to transition to, okay, what is the condition of the house? Have they done any upgrades to the house, any improvements? Is there some things that still need to be fixed, okay? So that's what that question for. Then I want to know if they have a realtor. If they do have a realtor, then I need to end the call. One way I end the call is I'll probably say something like, okay, well, since you are taken care of, if anything ever change in the future, let me know or I can follow up with you. Okay, end of the phone call. Then I want to transition into, is the house vacant or rented out? So I want to know the situation as far as the house situation. Are they currently living there? Do they have tenants there, or is the house empty? Okay, now what I want to do, this is really important, so please pay attention. I want to get down to the motivation, the pain point, the situation, because anyone can sell a house, but I want to be able to help individuals sell a house. So one good question is, okay, it sounds like a great home. We know that area. So I want you to sound surprised. Hey, it sounds like a great home. I definitely know that area. Then I want to ask the question, how long have you lived there and why are you looking to sell? I want to say that line together. What I don't want to do is say, how long have you lived there, and pause. And why are you looking to sell? I just want to say, hey, how long have you lived there and why are you looking to sell? Okay. Now, the things here in green, I like to call reverse psychology. Okay. And reason I have these questions in place is because I want them to tell me more information about their situation. Okay. So I might say something around the lines of, hey, I mean, you've been living there for 3 years. Why not live there another 3 years? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell me exactly why they decided that, hey, I don't want to live here another 3 years. And that's just going to give you more information. Okay. Then you could transition to like, man, such a beautiful house. I mean, why not list it with a realtor? I know the normal days on market right now is between far as 6 to 12 months. Hey, why not list it with a realtor? Oh, well, I don't want to list a realtor because I don't want to pay those commission fees. Okay, that's another pain point because, you know, we take care of all that for them. Hey, why not? Hey, have you thought about renting it out and becoming a landlord? Like, why not become a landlord and rent out the place? So now you're going to find out if they want to be a landlord or not. Here's why this is really important. 1, we know why they're selling. 2, we know why they don't want to live there anymore. 3, we're going to know if they want to, we're going to know why they don't want to deal with a realtor. And then 4, we're going to find out if they want to, you know, take on the responsibility of being a landlord. Now, once you get that information, that pain point, you can just transition simple like, hey, let me tell you a story. I had a friend of mine who was in the same situation as you, and it stressed him, put family, it made him ill. Took him years to regain his health and financial stability. Then I want to follow up with something like that. Like, That's not something you want to experience, is it? So I'm pulling out a pain point, okay? Now, I want to transition to timeline. I want to know how soon they want to sell. Do they want to sell in a couple of days? Do they want to sell in a couple of weeks? Do they want to sell in a couple of months? Or do they want to sell in a couple of decades? Okay. So that also ties in the motivation. How soon they want to sell. And that's the whole point of this line right here. So I can get an idea of when they want to sell, an idea of how fast I want to close with them. Okay. Now we're going to scroll down a little bit, and now we're going to get into the financing. So this line right here is extremely important. Okay, well, your house sounds like one we'd be interested in. You know, a lot of times it work out best by doing something with the financing. The reason I bring that up because it sets everything up for me to ask for the mortgage information. When people hear financing, they think of a loan, mortgage. Okay, so then my next line is my mentality is let me just assume. Okay, you have a mortgage on the house, right? Now they gonna give me a yes answer or a no. If they give me a no answer, then I'm gonna come down to pitch number 3. If they give me a yes answer, then I'm gonna ask for how much they owe, ballpark figure, how much do they is the monthly payment, and does that monthly payment include taxes, insurance? Now, if they say that payment does not include taxes, insurance, then I'm gonna ask them, okay, what's the additional cost per month for your taxes, insurance? Bam. Then I want to know, are your payments current? Yes or no? And if no, how far are you behind? And not necessarily months or days, but more of like, okay, how much are you behind as far as the dollar amount? Okay. Now, this is really important. Let's say you ask someone how much they owe on their mortgage and they give you some pushback. Okay. What I like to say is I say, hey, I truly understand how you feel. But, we buy houses either on a financing or cash, and both are required that for us to analyze if this house fit any. What we won't do is pay cash at full market value. So if you tell me the only way you wish to sell, then I won't need the information. But if you're flexible enough to let us offer you one or more options at no cost or risk to you, I would need this information. Should we proceed or not? So you're setting the standard like, hey, this is why I need that information. If you want to sell your house, let me know. We can proceed. If not, it's not a big deal. Okay. Now, how you going to know to go from point 1 or to use option 2 is this. Let's say the asking price is $200,000 and let's say the ballpark figure was $170,000. The difference between the asking price and the mortgage balance in that case is $30,000. So since the asking price is within 35, we're going to use this column right here. If the asking price and the mortgage balance in that gap was $35,000 or more, then we're going to use this pitch right here. Okay. Now here's what's really important with these pitches. It's important to understand when to be quiet and when not to be quiet. Okay. So as you can see, they say, hey, let me ask you a question. Would you sell the house for what you owe on it? If they say yes, then we just go to the closing right here. Okay. If they say no, then you transition. Okay. Well, if we were to work it out, close whenever you want. What's the least you can take for the property? And then I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to wait for the answer. Once you give me the answer, then I'm going to follow up with, okay, if we pay all the closing costs and fees, is that the best you can do? So I'm letting them know, like, hey, you're not going to have to worry about any closing costs. You're not going to worry about no fees. What we agreed to is what you're going to get. And then from there, I transition down to my conversation. And you do the same thing in 1. You do the same thing in 2 when the scenario presents 2 for you. Okay. If they say no to everything, then you just transition down here. Okay. Now, the whole point of the script is not to convince someone to sell you the house. The point of the script is to get a yes answer or a no answer. Regardless if you get a yes or a no, it's a successful call. Okay. Because we're dealing with the term business and the pretty house business, we don't want to be convincing people to sell us their house. Okay. Now, here's what I will tell you. If someone says no to you, that's okay. You just put it in the no category, and then I will follow up with those individuals. If you get a yes, then you just let them know that I'll give them a call in the next 24 hours and when the best time to reach them. And then what I would do is I would do the closing call. Okay. So I kind of just want to break down this script for you here, just to give you some basics on what I'm looking for. If you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. Over and out.